Lavari was established in 2012. When we set up Lavari, we set it up as an international law firm that specializes in corporate, commercial, banking and finance. Today, Lavari has 2 offices in Cairo and an office in Dubai. With our associate office in London, we cover every aspect of business law. Over the past few years, Lavari has grown. 2015, we were ranked by Legal 500 as one of the top law firms in Middle East and Northern Africa. Lavari itself, the essence of it is really providing great quality of legal services at a reasonable price. Even our slogan is always exceeding your expectations. So here we are, and why are we in Rising? Well, the simple reason is in 2012, even though we do represent multinationals and national companies from all over the world, we realized that Egypt needed something a little bit different. We saw the entrepreneur scene, the ecosystem growing. Mohammed and I, the other founding partner, there's part of the entrepreneurship spirit within us. And this is something that we took into Lavari. Our backgrounds are corporate lawyers. We spent all our careers representing banks and financial institutions, VCs and private equities, but we always sat on the other side of the table, not really representing the entrepreneurs. And we realized that maybe it's time for us to give something back. So in 2012, we decided to set up something called the Lavari Entrepreneur Model. That's been up and running now for 5 years. It's been represented over 200 different startups. And basically is taking the international legal services that the big companies can afford to pay, but just making a little bit more price efficient and a little bit more different in a business model for the startups themselves.
It started off by us trying to think that we could save on legal fees by doing things ourselves and writing contracts ourselves and just trying kind of seeking informal advice for things, and that ended up costing us a lot of time and a lot of money on the long run. So with Rock and Rope, we basically benefited from that experience.
There we realized that we need to register a company, we need to have investors, we need to sign contracts with clients. That's why we needed a legal advice.
I think I realized that I needed legal consultancy from the very beginning, but it was just a question that it was something that you couldn't afford. It's one of those misconceptions in entrepreneurship that as an entrepreneur you are not necessarily open to certain kinds of services because they're very expensive. You don't see the value of it completely, so you end up trying to do it yourself and probably do a very bad job at it. Or you think that if you reach out to legal advisors and so on, it will be so expensive that it will price you out of the market.
So you can read the same sentence and it means something, but legally it means something else. So that's when we understand that we need some professional help.
Lavari is actually offering something that doesn't exist in the market here today, which is actually allowing entrepreneurs and allowing startups to access professional, high quality, unbiased legal advice at a price that we can afford as entrepreneurs.
They are always available whenever we need them, even on weekends and even in like crazy times. Whenever we need something, they are here. They are supporting us in different offices, our office here in Dubai, so it's super amazing.
I wanted to set the company right from the start with the proper legal advice, the proper corporate structure, the proper setup, and having learned from a previous experience that this would be ultimately a more economical and a much better option, in the long run.
I can depend on them. I can delegate things to them. As an entrepreneur and as a CEO, we have a million things that we do, and we wear many hats, and we need someone that we can depend on, and we can literally offload one of the main departments or one of the main challenges we have, which is the legal part. dealing with investors, dealing with shareholders. They take care of things. They remind me that we need to do things. So they take care actually of our startup.
So a lot of startups, some of the main issues that they find is they don't have the legal backing or the support that they need to help them negotiate, whether with an investor or a VC, and they don't really have the understanding of, what are the requirements, the language, the structuring, everything like that. Lavari itself obviously has that experience. We have over 30, 40 years of experience between all the partners put together of the different negotiations, whether we're doing multinational transactions or even local transactions. So with us, we give that to the startup. So when a startup is requiring that kind of legal support and legal infrastructure, they have Lavari standing right behind them, giving them that support. How we do this is very different. With startups, they need to understand more. So that means for us as a law firm, we need to spend a little bit more time with them than normally we would do if we're dealing with a multinational that has a legal team. A startup doesn't have a legal team. So what Lavari does is it steps in and acts like its in-house legal team. And that's really where our competitive advantage is.